Alright, so I guess we're doing it. Oh man, it's been like 6 or 7 years or so since my last podcast I ever did. I think, I don't know. Well, I know in 2019 I was on podcasts with people, but last time I had a podcast was like 2018, I think. It was like called the Doghouse Podcast, and I would just get on there and ramble and just talk about whatever. And that's what I'm going to do today, because I haven't learned anything in the past 6-7 years when it comes to content creation, apparently. Well, what's up? Everybody's got a podcast now, so I figured I would hop on here and do it. Welcome to Just for Context. That's what I'm going to be calling this. I literally only called it that because it's a pun on my name. I'm Connor Maloney, if you don't know. I mean, obviously, just look down at the name on the thing, and you'll be able to see. Dude, the best part about this, like doing a podcast, is it's audio only, which means that I don't have to worry about the damn lighting like I do in the live streams that I have. Oh my god, it's the worst. Every time I get on the live stream, the lighting just is like, I'm gonna cooperate, and then all of a sudden, nope. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really plan for anything that special on this one. In the future of this podcast, I definitely plan to bring some people on to interview, and I would love to let me make sure that I think that my laptop is plugged in. Okay, so what the hell am I doing here? I think my sensitivity on my mic is too high or something. What I'm planning on doing is in the future getting some guests on to interview. I've got some people lined up. Just don't have dates or anything yet. But I figured I would just come on here and look at some Reddit stuff and just talk and see if I can get the flow of this going, because it's been like 6 or 7 years since I've done podcasts, so it's probably going to be a little bit clunky, this first one, but we'll see. Hopefully this is the start of something really good. Just for context, I really am proud of the image for it, the Just for Context cover image, and I did all of it by myself 100%, except not 100%, except for the character. I didn't do the character. I had AI come up with it because I had two reasons why I did that. Before all you anti-AI people come after me, I did it because, one, I'm too poor to get someone else, or I wouldn't say poor. I'm too lazy to pay somebody else to do it, and two, I don't have the necessary skills to do it myself. If I did it myself, it would look absolutely horrible. All I can do is the bucket fill art, if you've seen that. I don't know. Basically, you outline it, and then you do the bucket filter. I don't even think it's that good of an art form. I just enjoy doing it myself. But yeah, so I guess I'm just going to hop on Reddit and see what the hell is going on Reddit. Most of my Reddit is just like people wanting to do voiceovers or something. Let's see what we got. Am I the Asshole? That's a good Reddit to go on. It's a good one to kind of talk about. So I guess let's see what we got here. Again, this isn't what the podcast is going to be in the future. This is just a startup, just to kind of get the groove going. Let's see. I want to find a good one though, because I don't know. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my 20-year-old boyfriend? Okay. Looks like it's a gay relationship. Nothing wrong with that, obviously. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my 20-year-old boyfriend as a 21-year-old male because he is against abortions? Okay. Oh god, I hate whenever they put like edits in the beginning. It's like I don't know where to start now. But I guess I'll just read this and give you my take, because trigger warning, obviously. There's going to be trigger warnings for this about like abortion, rape, sexual assault, all that stuff. So I just want to preface that before I get into it, because I know some people have some triggers that I don't want to set off. But yeah, that's what this one's going to be. So I guess I'll just go ahead and get on into it. Okay, so I think this is where it starts. We were watching a segment about Dr. Caitlin Bernard, the doctor who helped a 10-year-old rape victim get an abortion. My boyfriend said he thought abortion should be completely illegal, even in cases like that. He made it clear he supported that extreme mindset, that Kirk guy level. Oh God, don't get me started on him. I actually met him, kind of, but that's another story. I asked him if he thinks embryo are the same as a child, and he said yes. I am a STEM major, so that irked me, as well knowing he is a pre-med, and it made me feel disgusted. I was shocked. I told him I couldn't be with someone who held views like that, and left him right then and there. Now some mutual friends think I overreacted and say I was being too harsh, that we could have just agreed to disagree, but I don't think that's something you can compromise on. Am I the asshole? Context: we are from Canada, so it baffles me that his opinions are this extreme. I am a female. Okay, so it's not a gay relationship. It says, at the top, it says, am I the asshole for breaking up with my 20M boyfriend, 21M? So that seems like a male thing. But okay, I am a female. Just realized a stupid mistake. Okay, yeah, so it was a mistake. Okay. Um, all right. So the way I would start this to answer this is I've actually been in a very similar situation. I've actually been in the exact same situation. I'm not gonna lie. Well, not exact same, but very very similar situation. There was this point where I was kind of going and just going on dates with various people throughout the months. A few God, years ago now, but I was like going on dates with people. I was in the talking stages and stuff, and there's this one girl who I was talking to, and I was texting her, and somehow the abortion thing came up, and I don't know why I didn't bring it up, but I believe she did. And she asked me my stance on it, and I was just straight up honest. I'm like, I'm pro-choice. I don't think that you should be going around. I don't think it's an option that you should want to pursue. Obviously, I mean it's still a very devastating procedure, but I think it should be allowed. And she was very against it. So it was kind of the opposite. The male was the one who was for abortion. Not saying I like abortions. That's a whole thing. I love how the first one we're getting into a very controversial topic. But screw it. And she said, "All right, well, I don't think I can be with someone like that, so I'm gonna stop talking to you." And I'm like, "Okay, that seems a bit extreme, but all right." Um, but looking at it from this perspective is a bit. It's similar, but it also has its differences. So, uh, you the asshole for leaving? That depends. I will always probably say it depends. For one thing, did you try to have a conversation where Uber Eats, go away? My laptop plugged in? I hope so. I am ADHD as hell. I think it is. I don't know. I guess we'll see if it dies in the middle of the podcast. So that would suck. But yeah, I think that if you had the conversation and you explained your viewpoints, uh, I used to think that it would be stupid to not be able to be in a relationship with someone just because you have differing views. Now, I would say that sentiment still sort of rings true, but it also depends on the person and the issue. So, like, if, for example, I think that a Democrat and a Republican could be in a relationship together and it would be civil and work out fine. I think I've had something like that before. I don't know. I would have to look back. But I think that you can. However, I think that in some cases, some people feel very passionately about other things like abortion. So this person might be like, this might be their main point in life that they want to focus on, instead of just like a little debate like it would be for me. Not a little debate, obviously. Well, kind of a little debate, literally. But and I do want to preface this by saying I am not a doctor. I have no medical experience, no official medical experience. It's all secondhand for me. Um, I don't know anything about abortion besides the main point of the procedure. That's all I know. So I don't know. Like some people say, like, oh well, it's abortion if it's like 9 weeks on the first half moon of June or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know any of the scientific stuff. All I know is the general basis of what the procedure is and what the purpose of it is and why it might be applicable. That's all I know. I don't know any of the scientific stuff. With that being said, I am pro choice. I respect your opinion if you are not pro uh, abortion. I'm trying to find the correct way that I want to phrase this. I am very pro-choice, but I am not saying that I'm saying I don't think that a 30 something couple that is having a baby and then like it's getting close to the delivery date and all of a sudden they change their minds just out of nowhere. I don't think that that should be constituting for an abortion, but I do think, however, if a 10-year-old girl gets raped and has to have an abortion to save her life and to you know just that, save her life, yeah, I don't really think that should be a question. Yes, obviously. Now, I'm just saying it depends on the situation, because obviously it's not, like I said, it's not a fun thing to do. It's not like you're like, oh, I can't wait for that appointment. Like, it still sucks. I mean, it's a medical procedure. People don't like medical procedures unless it's like to advance their sight or something or fix something, which I guess it is technically fixing something. I don't know. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me in terms of advice on this type of stuff. I don't know enough. Follow someone else. But I don't think you are the asshole, because I don't think you should be with someone who's that extreme about any political issue. Because here's the truth is every single political issue has a spectrum where it can be in moderation. Anything, like any political issue, take any of them, abortion, you can have your beliefs and still see one viewpoint from another perspective. Gun control, you can have one viewpoint and see it from another perspective. It's not like it's a set in stone thing. Now, when it comes to extremists, that's going to be a tough one for you. Unless you are willing to sit through some uncomfortable conversations and some major disagreements, I would say you're not the asshole for wanting to leave. Now, if you really love this person and you think that it's something that can work despite this difference, yeah, don't give up on it if that's something you think. But if it doesn't feel right and it feels like something that you can't really get around, I don't really blame you for not wanting to. I don't really blame you for not wanting to stick with that, because extremists, in my opinion, are the worst. I think that most people are in the middle. We're not in the far right and we're not in the far left. We're not, we're not like, over on one side where we're like, you have to wear a mask and everybody should be required to have a rainbow shirt on at all times, and abortion should be good up to the ninth grade. And we're not like that, and we're not like we're not like, oh well, I'm gonna. I love I love how my Republican voice went right to the countryside, the country hick. Well, I'll tell you what, I think I should be able to have an AK-47 while I'm forcing my sister to have a baby. I'm not thinking. I don't think any of us are on either of those two sides. I think that the majority of people are in the middle, or they lean a little bit. Like on some issues I lean left, some issues I lean right. I think that is the correct way to go. I don't think you should, I cannot stand any singular person who just believes in something because someone says it. So if Biden were to come out and say, oh, all guns are bad, give me some ice cream or whatever. If he comes out and says all guns are bad, I hate the people that are like, yeah, all guns are bad. I believe that because he's wearing a blue tie. And then on the other side, it's like Trump is like, I want to build a wall and I want to keep out all the dirty people. If he's going to be like that and then they're like, yeah, we got to have them walls up. Just simply because he's got a red tie on. It's like, those two people are the biggest idiots in the world, and I will not loosen up my terminology on that. They are the biggest idiots, 100%. God, I don't know why I thought that this would be a good one to talk about. There is no winning. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to leave an extremist. And yeah, for the Charlie Kirk thing, there are some things with him that I can understand. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think that he said something about like how standardized education is a bad thing. Like, that famous image of like this like teacher in front of a tree. He's got like a goldfish, a monkey, a parrot, a pig, a bunch of different types of animals, and says all of you have to pass the same exam, and the exam is you have to climb that tree. And on obviously, some of them are going to do fine, like the monkey and the bird, but the goldfish isn't going to make it up there. Neither is the pig. So I can agree with him on that, but there are some things with him I definitely can't agree on. But yeah, I if you're going to be with an extremist, if you can handle that, then that's great. But I would say if you're going to be with an extremist person, I would recommend, if you are going to be an extremist with another extremist, get one that's on the complete opposite side. Because otherwise, like, you're both going to have the same viewpoints all the time. And that sounds like a good thing. But the best thing about free speech in America is that you can, like, if you debate with someone, it will do one of two things. It will, one, strengthen your argument, or it will prove you wrong and change your mind. And neither of those things are bad. It's good to be able to change your mind whenever you believe you are wrong or whenever you are proven wrong. And obviously it's good when it strengthens your argument. So there you go. What's the next one we're going to do? A lot of these are boring. And like, obviously I want to go to like the top of all time, but those are going to be like the basic ones. Am I the asshole for not picking up this hitchhiker or something stupid like that? um God, these are stupid. I don't even know, like, okay, let's give this one a shot. Am I the asshole for refusing to speak to my dad after he cheated on my mom? That's an interesting one. Oh, okay, so they're a bit older. I, 24, found out a little over a year ago that my dad cheated on my mom. They had been married for over 26 years. Although there were occasional problems in the family here and there, seemed like a strong united couple. I never saw signs of fracture or lasting issues between them. So when the truth came out, it hit me. It hit like me hard. Okay. It hit so hard you can't type properly. I'm sorry. That was mean. My mom was completely stunned. She was devastated, humiliated, and had to pick up the pieces of her life while still trying to keep everything together for the family. Watching her go through that pain was brutal. I've always been closer to her emotionally, and seeing how shattered she was made something in me break too. I confronted my dad once after everything came out. I told him how disgusted and disappointed I was and how I didn't think I could look at him the same way again. Since then, I've stopped speaking to him entirely. No calls, no texts, no visits. He has tried reaching out several times and sometimes even came to meet me in person, but I refused to meet him. Now, extended family, mostly from his side, are starting to chime in. I've been told I'm being immature, that I shouldn't punish him for something that happened between him and my mom, and that I need to repair things with my father. Some have even said he's still your dad, as if that alone should excuse what he did. But here's the thing, I don't see him the same way anymore. I used to respect and admire him. That's gone. I feel like he's destroyed our family, disrespected my mom, and betrayed the trust we all had in him. I'm not saying people can't make mistakes, but some mistakes have consequences. And right now, one of those consequences is that I don't want a relationship with him. My mom has never pressured me to take sides or cut him off. She's been really supportive of me making my own decision, but I know it quietly hurts her to see the family so fractured. So I guess I'm wondering, am I the asshole for cutting off my dad and refusing to have a relationship with him after what he did? Well, if you were younger, like if you were like, 12 or 13, and you were like, you're an immature kid who didn't really understand relationships, and you were naive to things. If you were to cut them off then, I'd be like, okay, well, you got to let your brain develop a little bit more. But you are 24 years old, and they had you at their 2-year mark since, you know, They were together for 26 years. You're 24. So, oh, this is 4 hours ago. This is very recent. Yeah, what your dad did was a real piece of shit move. Cheating is pretty unforgivable. I will say that. And I know there's gonna be some jerk offs out there who are gonna bring this up. So let me just say this firsthand. Yes, when I was a sophomore in high school, I cheated on my girlfriend, or I tried to. There you go. And no, like some idiots are trying to say, I did not. Okay, I did not cheat on her when she was having heart surgery. Those are two completely unrelated events. Get that through your thick skulls. Anyway, now that I can move on from that, now that I preface that, um, since it was a long time ago, we've all grown and moved past it. Everybody's cool, well, not cool, but everybody's moved on with their lives. So coming from somebody who has been in the father's position in this story, yeah, it is a real big piece of shit move, and you definitely, obviously, you deserve to never talk to the mom again. That's a given. Um, and you know what? I don't think you're the asshole for wanting to cut your dad off. I don't think so. If my dad were to cheat on my stepmom right now, I would be super pissed with him, and I would probably yell at him. And honestly, I don't know how far I'd be willing to take it, but you know, my like my parents have been separated since I was little, so I I don't think I would be able to look at him the same again either. Uh, and it's your choice. Like I can kind of understand where your family is wanting to come from. Like, oh, it's an issue between your mom and your dad. You shouldn't punish your dad for it. But at the same time, that's your mom. You know, if it was your friend, like your buddy who cheated on his girlfriend and you wanted to punish him for that, it's like, well, that is kind of between them. And you don't you're not really, you're more friends with him than her. Then it's like, yeah, that seems like a little immature. But if we're talking about your mom and dad here, that's your mom and dad. Like, if anybody was to even remotely say anything negative about your mom to you, you would probably be pretty pissed off, depending on the situation. From what I'm seeing here, it seems like you and your mom have a good, healthy relationship. I don't know that, but that's just what I'm picking up from this. Uh, yeah, man, I don't know. I just think it's your decision, and if you think that because he treated your mom so poorly that you don't want to be around him anymore, you are completely justified in doing that. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that you are the problem at all. Um, Now, if you ever decide that you want to get like talk to him again, that's your right as well. Like, but if you want to never talk to him again, I would I would be a bit cautious. I would at least take it into consideration to maybe one day, not now obviously cuz this looks like it's very recent. Um but yeah, I would 100% think about talking to him again one day. But if you decide to never talk to him again, that is also your choice, and you're completely justified in that. I don't think that you're the asshole for this. I really don't. You, yeah, you saw what he did to your mom. If he hit your mom, you would never talk to him again. So why is cheating any different? Um, so yeah, obviously cheating is different from hitting, but you know what I'm saying. They're two very different things you should never do. So yeah, I don't think you're the asshole for that. I think you're completely justified. If you ever like, it's up to you. Like, you are the son or daughter. It doesn't specify. You are the child of these two. But yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, the one underneath it. Oh man, I'm gonna have fun with this one. This is probably ableist, but I don't know. Am I the asshole for refusing to make? Oh, refusing. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to make a woman with no hands fill out paperwork? I thought that it was gonna say, am I the asshole for making a woman with no hands fill out paperwork? Oh my god, that would have been hilarious. That would have been terrible, but funny. You just meet them. Nice to meet you. Can I shake your hand? Oh god. Okay. Fake names for privacy reasons. Here we go. I, 22 female, work in a walk in clinic as a receptionist. My office manager, we'll call her Katie, is who I work with most days, as that's how our schedule falls. Katie is overbearingly good at micromanaging and making sure you're doing everything exactly right while she does everything but talk to the nurses in the back. All right. It is typical for her to disappear for 30 plus minute increments while on the clock when you're left alone up front checking everyone in by herself. I can totally relate to that from my last job. For context, we perform free sports physicals for middle and high school athletes at our clinic. It's our protocol to have a parent or legal guardian fill out the medical history portion of the physical, and it's 2 pages. Before they are called back for the physical, so the provider or nurses can. Oh, this is before they fill out the paperwork before they're called back, so the nurses can review this before signing the physical. Okay. During this particular incident, Katie was in the back doing who knows what yet again, and this woman brought her son in for a sports physical. However, this woman did not have any hands. She barely had forearms, almost nothing past either of her elbows. Also, this is a well known woman to our clinic because she brings her children in all the time, so everyone knows who she is and who her children are. We have never had a signed form on any of her kids. We have never had a signed form on any of her kids because their fathers are not in the picture, and she has no hands to hold a pen. She had the physical form with her, but instead of asking her to fill out the history portion, I just checked them in good to go. My thought process was, as the nurses were what the hell is that word? I don't know, something the kid, like they had to do anyway, looking over the kid, I don't know. Um, they could help her fill it out as they asked the questions. The patient, her son, was a young child. A few minutes after they were called back, Katie comes storming up to the front desk. She begins to evermore chew me out. I like the use of evermore on that. Chew me out for not having them complete their part. And of the physical, saying things like, you know better than that, you know they have to have done that before they are called back, you better not do that again. I asked Katie if she happened to look at the patient's mother. She said, yeah. I reminded Katie that the woman did not have hands or fingers. Katie replies, it doesn't matter, and proceeds to tell me that I have to take this woman a clipboard and a pen and have her fill out the form before they will complete the physical. Oh my god, antivirus. There we go. I absolutely refused, astonished at the insensitivity and ableism. Without saying another word, she yanked up the clipboard and pen herself and took it to the woman standing in the doorway of the room they were put in. I put the clipboard in the woman's arms and told her that she had to find a way to fill out before we could do the physical. The woman looked down at the clipboard, up at Katie, and then looked at me. I shrugged as if to say, I don't know, I'm sorry. So, being that the woman had no hands, the younger child had to fill out the form for her, which, by the way, was nearly illegible and not at all useful to the provider like it would have been if one of the nurses had just filled it out while they asked all the questions and performed vision tests, etc. Katie maintains her stance that it doesn't matter if someone is disabled, rules are rules, and I was wrong for making her fill out the paperwork, for not making her fill out the paperwork that she was physically not able to do. So am I the asshole? Edit. For clarification, our front desk is completely open in the lobby, no glass, or while separating it, I couldn't go over the forms with her because doing so verbally in front of other patients in the lobby is a HIPAA violation. This is why I thought it would be best for the nurses to do so in a triag? Never seen that word before, with a closed room in the back. Okay, yeah, we get the gist. This one was 5 hours ago. These are very recent. Okay. Let me take a sip of my water here. Some ASMR for you. Okay. I don't think you're the asshole. I think that there could be a way to work around it. I do wonder what they have to do in that situation. Like, do they have to get like a nurse to come in and ask her the questions and fill it out for her? Or what's the protocol for that? Because I want to know what Katie was expecting her to do. Because she just said figure it out. It's like, okay, well, I don't know how you expect me to figure it out when there's literally nothing I can do about it. So I don't think you're the asshole for that one at all. I don't know. I don't think so, at least. I don't know what else could have been done. I mean, my first thought was to have the kid fill it out, but then you brought up it's not legible. It's not, you can't read it. And then I was like, oh yeah, depending on how old the kid is, that might be the case. Um, so yeah, because like, what if the kid put down like, she's allergic to penicillin, but misspelled penicillin, and you can barely read it, and it's illegible, and they end up giving her something with penicillin. That seems like a pretty big issue right there. So yeah, I would say that you're not the asshole for that. Um, I'd say the only thing you could have done different was maybe just ask Katie. Well, no, you did say that she was. You did say that she was in a another room, and that's why you probably couldn't ask her. Um, I guess if possible, you could have tried to find someone to ask. I don't know if you guys have like a radio type thing or something where you can ask over a radio or something, but I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole for it. I just think, maybe in the future you could ask somebody just in general, like, hey, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Uh, but yeah, and good pointing out about the HIPAA violation about doing it in front of other patients, because yeah, I didn't even realize that. Um, I didn't think about that. So yeah, that's a good point. I don't think you're the asshole at all. Just in the future, I would say try to get clarification when you can, but in this situation, it doesn't look like you were able to. So yeah, I don't think so at all. All right. I want to get one. I want to get one that like is like they are the asshole, but a lot of all these so far have been like you know pretty they've been pretty tame and pretty well, not tame, but they've been they're not the asshole in most of these. Um, let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. This is an interesting one from 5 days ago. I smacked my nephew for spitting on me. Not sitting. Okay, I 34 male smacked my nephew who is 14 and is a male today after he spat on me at the dinner table. Okay, let's see here. I was sitting at the dining table with my family this afternoon, and my nephew was squirting saliva out from underneath his tongue at people. Oh, like the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When he did it to me, I was immediately grossed out and jumped up to go and wash myself. So I was walking past his chair. I clipped him over the back of the head with an open hand. I did not hurt him, nor did I really think much of it at the time, but my family are very upset that I disciplined another person's child. I'm not an abusive or aggressive person, but I am left feeling really bad about this situation. Is it fair to say that I overreacted? My nephew is about 3 inches taller than me. What? 3 inches taller than you? And I sometimes forget that he's still a child. I just felt very disrespected for being spat on. First of all, he's 14 and he's taller than you, a 34-year-old? How short are you? No, I don't know. The kid could be very tall for all that. I don't know. He could be the tall kid in the grade. Um, yeah, you're the asshole. You were definitely the asshole. There are ways to handle it, but not smacking another person's kid. That would not even have been in the Rolodex of things for me to do. Like it would like a quick time event in a video game. It would have been like the four decisions. Like uh, spit on or not spit on. Smack him would not have even been in the Rolodex for me. If it was, it would not be the one I'd pick. I mean, I would say just like ask him not to, and maybe like look at the parents of him, like his parents, and be like, hey, could you make like please not let him do that. I'm a germaphobe. I don't really like it. And if the parents are like, well, he's not hurting anybody. Oh well, then you just smack the parents. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Um, so I don't want to. I don't know if I can call this abuse or not, because it's not like you just like had a bad day at the office and your wife was making green bean casserole. You're like, oh shit, and then you go up to little Timmy and just go bop, like that. That's not what you did, but at the same time, you can't go around hitting someone else's kid, man. You can't, especially at 34 years old, dude. You have a 401k and you're over here smacking kids. Jesus, dude. Yes, you're the asshole. That's. Please tell me other people. Okay. Spitting in an incapacity is gross unless it's into. Yeah, I agree. I agree. You are right to feel angry and gross. Here in the UK, it's actually assault. Yeah, it could be seen as assault. Not the asshole smack his parents too. That's what I'm saying, dude. Not the asshole discussing. Look, I'm not saying that you're the asshole for having the reaction of like one, like you're upset about it. I'd be upset too if my nephew or cousin or sibling or whoever, it well, sibling's a bit different, but if like a 14-year-old, well, now that I think about it, 14 is actually a bit older. Like if it was like a 6-year-old or something, I'd be like, all right, that's gross, but it is like a little kid. But this is a 14-year-old doing this. That's I'm not saying the smack was justified, Will Smith, but I'm just saying, yeah, that's a bit old for doing shit like that at the dinner table. You should know better at 14. I mean, you're still a kid, but like you're not a little kid. It's not like you can that yeah, did it to multiple people. No one stopped him. Yeah, it is gross, and he should be disciplined. I don't think that. Okay, these there are some people in the comments kind of overreacting a little bit. Like it's classified as an assault. Yeah, sure, but he's also 14, so like, what is he supposed to do? Take him to court? He can't do that. I mean, look, I am not one of these like people who are for soft parenting. Like, hey, it's okay. We don't spit on people, but I understand how you're feeling. So if you want, we can go get some ice cream and we can talk about it and talk about our feelings. If you're like that, you can fuck off. Like that is a dumb type of parent. Now, I'm not saying you go and take a you take a crowbar and like, all right, here we go. There's a happy medium. like like uh like I don't think you should hit your kids, but like, discipline them. Like if you gotta like if you're the parent and you do it, it's a bit different. Now, I would say hitting kids, and this might be controversial, but I think it's a bit frowned upon to hit kids. And I don't know. I feel like there are better ways to do it. You know how my dad did it? He would scare the shit out of me. That's what he would do. He would yell at me because he knew that would get to me. And that's what he did. And you know what? It worked. That's how you parent. You yell at your kid and you make them scared of you. You're not supposed to be their friend as a parent. But as a 34-year-old dude, I don't think you should go around smacking teenagers. Because they could hypothetically take you to court for that. I'm not saying to be right. And I'm not saying you deserve to lose that or whatever. I am just saying that hypothetically they could. Like they could be like, he assaulted our son who is a minor. You can get jail time for that. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying I agree. But you got to be careful, especially nowadays. But I mean, I think you're an asshole for what you did, but like the reaction, but the feelings you had were 100% justified. So I think it's a bit of a mixture. Yes, for hitting him, but no for wanting to have a reaction to that, especially if they weren't doing anything. Um, what else we got? What else we got? Oh god, I am not talking about anything sexual. That is weird. Um, Whoa, okay, this is an interesting one. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my ex husband his newest children are nothing to me and my extended family? Oh, okay. I keep reading these wrong. It says ex husband. I thought it said husband like a step parent or something like that. Okay, so ex husband. Okay. So, my ex husband and I share custody of our two children, 12 and 10. Our marriage ended in a way that caused a lot of conflict and resentment. He turned somewhat emotionally abusive when he told me he was done, and he said he found me disgusting and repulsive, and that he wanted to cheat so many times because why the thought of sticking. Okay, so why. Okay. Uh, why anything sexual with this person made him want to puke. Okay. He'd been off for a little while prior to that, but the outburst was unexpected. It was unsettling because he'd brushed off his off mood as work stress, and then he just unleashed all that stuff onto me. He later confessed to cheating twice. Any hope for us to be friendly after the divorce ended with how he ended things. My family all hate him for how he spoke to me, and the kids don't know. Yeah, probably good that they don't know. They are a little bit too young for that. I never wanted to drag them into this, and once he was treating them the same way, I was happy they weren't mixed up in everything. Or once he wasn't treating them the same way. Okay, thank God. Oh my God, this is a long ass one. All right. After a couple of years, my ex husband tried to act like nothing bad had gone down, but I put some firm boundaries in place. I don't answer social calls or texts and eventually got a co parenting app in place to make communication better. I still can't block him, but it means I don't need to respond via text at all. He attempted to act all buddy buddy when his new wife was expecting their first child together, and he even tried to suggest my extended family could come to the baby shower. None of them were ever going to go, and I certainly wasn't either. But he's had this weird expectation for a while. This bubbled over recently when we were attending a meeting with our youngest child's teacher. My ex-husband complained that my parents had seen him, his wife, and all the kids in public, but hugged ours and kept things distant with him. His wife and their children together. He said they were already walking away, but one of his younger kids wanted a hug. He said they never make the effort to be in his younger kids' lives, and he complained that I never make the effort either. He said we're all one family in some way or another. This is where I might have been an asshole because I told him his newest children are nothing to me and my extended family. That yes, they are half siblings of my kids, but that I am not their aunt or their kind of mom figure or their family friend. I told him he destroyed any chance for friendship with how he treated me and my family, and they weren't going to forget it either. We didn't talk again about it during the meeting or after. I left immediately, but my ex husband has texted repeatedly since then, telling me how wrong it is to consider his children nothing and how our kids must be picking up on it because they treat each other better than the younger kids. That was the first I heard of it, but the repeated texts have gone unanswered by me, but I can see where I may have been wrong to say that. So am I the asshole? Okay. This one's a bit of a doozy. All right. I like this first comment. Not the asshole. You set healthy boundaries after being emotionally hurt. You don't owe him or his new kids anything, especially after how he treated you. Yeah, I like that. I would say, I wouldn't say it in front of his kids though that they're nothing to her because that, I don't know. Something about that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm not saying because like they're like your kids half siblings or whatever, but I'm just saying I'm just, around kids, you want to put up a little bit of a persona, no matter whose kids they are. You want to be, you don't want any kids to kind of get the wrong ideas or anything. But yeah, I agree that, you can have respect for them since they're, technically in some way related to your kids. But I, I don't know. I don't think that they need to mean anything to you. I don't think they need to at all. Yeah, I would say you're not the asshole, but I would probably say don't say that stuff around the kids though, and don't say it around your kids because I mean you are the parent. You have a right to parent however you want. But if it were me, I would probably keep it away from any kids, any and all kids, and just keep it to just the husband. But yeah, I don't think you're the asshole for not feeling anything towards his kids because like they have no relation to you besides the fact that they're half siblings to your kids. Um, but he chose a parent teacher meeting about your youngest child and made it all about his new child. Yeah, I agree with that. No one has any reason to have anything to do with him, his new wife, or their kid. Your parents are your children are half siblings. That's it. Your family have zero blood relation to them. I do hope when your kids are all grown up at an age they can handle it. Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, 100%. He seems like an asshole for sure. For how he treated you and how he is with your kids. Honestly, making that parent teacher conference about his new kid is he's delusional for sure. Um, but yeah, I know I abused and cheated on you, but you're being mean, and that's worse. My former in-laws only said hi to two of my oldest, but not youngest, nor me or pup in public. Your family's so rude. Why can't they get over me abusing, cheating, and making divorce so fucking difficult after all these years? Yeah, God, why are men such crybabies sometimes, dude? Like, Grow up. Yeah, you're not the asshole for that. All I would say is just don't say it around the kids because I don't know how that's going to mess with their lives, but it probably will. Um, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just take a break from that real quick. Um, yeah, and if any of you guys have any type of what is it like situations like that, and you want an opinion, go ahead and let me know, and I'll talk about it. I'll discuss it on the podcast for sure. Yeah, I like hearing these type of well, I don't like hearing these type of stories, but I like analyzing these stories and seeing uh kind of just seeing where I stand in certain situations. But yeah, yeah, man. I sorry if I seem a bit burnt out too, because I am, man. It's finals week is next week. I've got two more finals, then I'm done with my junior year of college, and then I'm off to be a senior doing summer courses, and then fall and spring. So I'm almost done, almost a college graduate. Um, let's see, what else could I talk about on here? Let's talk about Husband Hotel, huh? Let's talk about that. That's been something that's happening, and that used to be a pretty big thing on the channel. Let's bring it back real quick, huh? Okay. Let's see. Uh, I saw something recently, like a new. Oh damn! There's this clip of somebody putting a human mask on a robot. That is insane. Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, I hate that. Okay, let me see. Has been hotel. There was like a new post. I don't know if it was by Visipop or somebody. It was like a promo. Oh, that's not. That's a Visipop fan account. Okay. What was it? I know I saw it. I know I saw it. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So it says that new seasons of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss are coming to Prime Video. Um, and it had all the original voice actors and stuff. Let's see. What'd she say? Sure, aware, amazing news that we've been greenlit for seasons 3 and 4. So we're getting 2, 3, and 4 uh, for seasons. We're getting seasons 2, 3, and 4 for Hazbin Hotel. So hell yeah, man! I'm excited for that. Dude, I am so sick and tired of the forced hatred for Hazbin Hotel. If you don't like it, just move on and shut up. It's like it's the only show that I can justify having any hatred towards is Friends, because that show sucks. Like, oh, you have to have a laugh track to make it funny. Okay. Plus the songs in Has Been are amazing. Um, yeah, dude, I think they won. Yeah, 2 Annie Awards. That's right. Best music for TV/media, and then best voice acting for Jeremy Jordan for Lucifer. Which, yeah, 100%. He's my favorite character, man. Uh, oh, they have a songbook out too, dude. I'm so excited for season 2. I think it's coming in. I think it's 26. I don't know. Let's see here. I'm gonna Google that real quick. When is Has Been Hotel coming out in season 2? Oh god, the Cardinals got killed by the Reds today, 9-1. When is Has Been? Has Been Hotel season 2 coming out? Oh, mid to late 2025. Oh, cool. So we're coming up on it, dude. I am so excited. Apparently they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be lengthier. May of 25 is the absolute earliest. Hell yeah, dude. So we might be getting it real early. Although I think if it was going to be May, they would have announced it already. But season 2 first look. Yeah, man. I am so hyped, dude. Because yeah, I want more Asmon. That's all it says. It's been confirmed, currently in production. There's no official release date. Fans are expecting it to be mid to late 25. Yeah, dude, I if it's in May, I will not be getting any work done. I will be binging that shit and rewatching it over and over again. I am so excited, man. Um, January 19th. Oh, it's episode 2. Okay. Oh, dude, you know what? Which one is it? I want to talk about let me talk about Has Been real quick, as if I haven't been doing that enough already. Uh, where is it? Go to Amazon Prime here. Which one is it? It's episode. There's 8 episodes. Episode 4, Masquerade. Dude, that has got to be my favorite episode. Well, at the very least, one of my favorite episodes. It provides so much depth to Angel Dust and Husk as characters. It is so good. I think that after episode 4, it really picks up. Not to say episodes 1 through 3 are, bad, but yeah, it's so good. Dude, I am so excited. Oh my god! And I've seen so many people bash it for being like, anti-Christian or whatever. It's not anti-Christian. It's just, if anything, it's pro-Christian because it's talking about heaven and hell. So there you go. I'm so sick of people being like, "Oh, it's an animation, but it swears and stuff." Yeah, not all animation is for kids, dumbass. Like, I'm pretty sure we all freaking know that. You ever seen the movie Sausage Party? You wouldn't show that to your 6-year-old niece, would you? Man, I am just, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for season 2, man. What were the theories that I put out? Let me see. I think I have a hell, I might have a script on my computer here. Let me check. Um, yeah, I got a whole folder of like video scripts and stuff. No, there's some interviews that I still need to get in about that. Yeah, there are a lot of videos I need to get back to. No, not on there. I'm sure I have it in like a Google Doc somewhere or something. Let me check here. There's some mouse clicking ASMR for you. It's like I'm playing Geometry Dash. Season 2 theories. Season 2 theories of Has Been Hotel. Okay. Adam and Luke bring forth an extermination to hell. Yeah, I kind of already know that. Original hotel was destroyed by Adam. It's rebuilt. The new version will focus on improving Hell's society until it is brought to the staff's attention that Sir Pentious was redeemed and it's proven to actually work. Which I imagine Emily will probably sneakily. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've seen some people with theories about Emily like betraying Charlie. I don't see it. She has given no reason so far. Maybe in season 2 she will, but from season 1, there is absolutely nothing about Emily that says she is like against Charlie. She seems to be the only person in heaven who actually is for Charlie and the Has Been Hotel. So yeah, I think that obviously they're going to find out that Pentious was saved, even if it's at the very end of the season. That's got to be a point, like a talking point in the series. Yeah, I definitely think that's going to happen. Revisiting these Has Been Hotel season 2 theories, I can kind of see if I still believe these. Speaking of Sir Pentious, like I previously stated, he somehow makes it to heaven. I personally see this going one of two ways. He becomes some sort of heaven celebrity, reverse status of his status in hell, or he is like studied. Okay, so if I had to pick, I don't think that he is. I could see it, but I don't think he's going to be like a celebrity in heaven. I totally think that they are going to pull like the ending of Alf, and they're gonna like, or not the ending of Alf, but the spin-off show after Alf, where it was like Project Alf, and they were like trying to run tests on him and stuff. I think that's what they're gonna do with him. Gonna interrogate him. Or they keep him a secret. They disguise him or something. I don't know. But I definitely don't think it's going to be just straightforward, oh, he's a celebrity now. Lilith, I definitely think Lilith is going to come into play for sure. Working with Loot in Heaven, we're definitely going to figure out more about that. Dude, I wish that we could get more Adam. I really do. But he died and, gotta let him rest. Then there's going to be more of the V's. That's confirmed. I think the Alistair versus Vox rivalry, I think that's going to be talked about a little bit more in this one. Um, so let's see. Show them trying to sabotage the Yeah, they know about the Has-Been Hotel, and they know more about it now. Like they even watched it get destroyed and rebuilt on TV. So I definitely think they're going to. They might try to use angel dust to try to tear down the hotel or something, or try to make it, or try to give them information. I don't know, but I could see angel dust moving away from the V's, like from Valentino. At least I hope so. That son of a bitch. Oh, okay. And while I'm at it about Valentino, I've seen a lot of people say like, oh, people love Alistair, who's this serial killer who has this radio thing. Everybody loves him, but everybody hates Valentino. They're the same. No, they are not. Look, Valentino is the most hated because his crimes are sex crimes. Those are the worst kinds of crimes. Murder can be justified. Not murder, but like taking a life can be justified, you know? Like in self-defense, somebody's chasing after you with a knife and you got a gun. That's pretty damn justified. There is no situation in the world where you can justify any type of sex crime. There is nothing like, oh, this guy was chasing me, so I did this to him. Like, no, that is not. There is no reason. So yeah, Valentino, there's a reason. There's a reason why that people hate him more, because his crimes, like he's more like sex crimes and stuff like that, and forces Angel Dust to do these things that he doesn't want to do but has to because he's under contract, which is a shitty thing. Then Alistair versus Vox. Yeah, we're getting more of that. We might see a little bit of Alistair's backstory, but I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. I don't think that they're gonna like talk about how anybody died, because like that seems pretty irrelevant. I'd love it if they did, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, this one I don't really think. Seeing more biblical figures like Jesus, Moses, Gabriel. I don't think that we're gonna see more. We might see God, maybe, but like I don't think we're gonna see like the big ones, because like, what purpose are they gonna serve that the others aren't already serving? I don't think so, but it could happen, maybe. I don't know. I definitely am intrigued to see what happens, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Has-Been Hotel. But yeah, man, some big interviews coming up. I'm hoping. I'm really looking forward to it. Take a drink real quick. I've been talking for so long. I was expecting to have the entire water bottle empty by the time I was done with this, but I didn't realize how much talking I was going to have to do for a podcast. Luckily, whenever I start getting guests on here, I won't have to I won't have to talk as much. I can rely on them talking, but I definitely plan to interview some wrestlers. I've got some wrestlers that I plan to interview. I'm reaching out to a lot of them. I'm also reaching out to some boxers and hopefully maybe some musicians or something like that. I'd love to do that. I don't really know how I'm going to make that work, because it's probably going to have to be like virtual something, so we'll see. But yeah, I have a lot of big plans for this. This is just the first episode, just the pilot episode, if you can call it that, for a podcast. I don't know. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this, though. I've really enjoyed doing a podcast that was like about just kind of setting up how the formats are going to go for this. It's kind of all over the place at the moment, but yeah, we're doing Reddit stuff and then doing Has-Been Hotel stuff, just kind of talking regular and stuff. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it, and I think this is going to be definitely a step up from the Doghouse podcast that I used to have, which is what it was called, Doghouse Podcast, where I would talk about like, I would talk about just like anything going on in the world, or just talk about things that were going on with me or projects. Speaking of projects, I do have a short film coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. 10 a.m. Central. I will be releasing a short film that I was in called Schism. by J.D. Levatowski. I think that's how you say his name. And yeah, I am very excited for that to be released tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to release this tonight or not, this podcast, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm very excited. Big things coming, and some voiceover stuff as well. We got some pretty big stuff coming up. So keep a lookout for that. And as the semester is winding down for me and finishing up, I have more projects than ever on the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope you guys are having a good time and are going to enjoy this podcast. Definitely looking forward to getting back into podcasting, and stay tuned for more. But until then, that's all I've got. So take it easy, everybody, and maybe the next episode I'll have a sign off or something. But until then, peace out, dude. I'll see you later, dude. That's a good one. Yeah, let's end it on that. See ya.